into the online broadcast network, AfterBuzz TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AfterBuzz TV, the destination for TV superfans, producing after-shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
We're back!
I almost forgot which way to move my shoulders.
That's
You gotta move your shoulders.
I almost went like this.
Even I'm on board with the
That's
shoulders.
cute. Let me see.
I'm gonna roll up.
Does that work? Oh my gosh. Okay, I am so excited to be here today on this beautiful episode. Hey everyone, I'm your host Stacy Ike, and I'm joined by my lovely full panel. Woo! Okay, we are all here together. You guys can tweet me during the show. I have my phone. I'm so ready to hear your comments at OneTakeStace. I cannot wait to hear. And who are we? Introduce yourselves.
Hey guys, it's Nicole Brajer back for another episode of Suits.
Yes.
So excited.
Oh, hey guys, it's Lauren Ebersol. I missed you so much. Tweet me at the Fancy Hippie during this whole shenanigans, all the shenanigans that are going to ensue.
I mean, who are we? That's a really deep question. But I'm at Steve Kaufmann. That's Kaufmann. I'm in the chat right now. So if you're watching me live on YouTube, yes. Ooh. If you're watching me live on YouTube, I'm in the chat.
Ready
Let
to
me
go.
know.
Someone said Gretchen's awesome.
I
So agree. So we're gonna, since you said that, can we tap on Gretchen? I'm not gonna lie, I think she's an incredible addition, and I really wish Harvey would like get that through his head already, because she's like an amazing assistant.
I think he does get it through his head though.
He's just tripping?
Yeah, he's definitely tripping. And then even when he went off at her, he then apologized later. And you can tell that they're developing this really sweet bond.
Okay.
And, I always thought that the secretary that was going to come in to replace Donna was going to be a temp. But I think they may keep Gretchen around for a while.
And I would love it.
Gretchen for life.
I think it's cool. I'm not saying I love the Harvey Donna fight, but I do love the new something different for Harvey's life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that side of of the office looks
Who
good
she
now.
is as an actress is she's a notable actress.
Yes.
She might get them that Emmy.
Yes.
But she is, we've seen her a lot of soaps, so it's nice to see her come into another dramatic series on USA, see her on a different channel. I mean, I have a good feeling about Gretchen.
I love it. Okay, go ahead.
Week 1, not to call in or anything.
Yeah.
I took a screenshot of all the potential secretaries and immediately was just like, duh, Gretchen.
That is so
Just by name?
24 years experience on that list versus
it said
everyone's
that.
less.
I remember you saying
versus
that.
everyone's less than 10 was
so
the obvious.
cool.
She was second on the list.
I love that. So, okay, this is episode 3 already for season 5. This is crazy. We've been following this for so long. Called No Refills. And I honestly, y'all saw me. This is what I love about watching it with them. I can scream and yell. I yelled a lot this episode.
And she does.
And I do. I don't usually yell as much because the episodes aren't as intense. But this was probably one of my favorite episodes in a while.
This episode, the studio that we share a wall with had to yell at us.
Yes,
to be quiet.
That
it was
happened,
awesome.
last week, too, I think.
This made me so happy because sadly I haven't been with you guys for the first 2 episodes, but I'm back now, and this was the first time I got to watch the show with Stacy, and we all know about Stacy's stress eating while watching Suits, so I got to see it in action, and I loved it. This is her. She's got the popcorn. She's missing her mouth. She's shoving it in. She's like, Harvey,
I'm trying to be serious. I tell y'all the truth. It's a serious thing. When I see Harvey and Mike yelling or Jessica going off on somebody, it takes something out of me. Lewis, I can't handle it. So let's go through this.
You just have to make sure you don't have any panic attacks.
Seriously. Yeah. Thank you, girl. You love me. Okay. So let's go through this amazing episode. It starts with Jessica telling Harvey to pucker up and kiss some Jack Soloff. Y'all know what the word is.
Yeah.
What do you think about the way Jessica intervened in this maybe in the entire episode? What'd you feel?
I mean, it's not shocking.
Yeah.
She does every time, and there's that maternal energy, I think, of Jessica in terms of Harvey. It's definitely kind of competitive, and they go at it.
Right.
But she's mama. It's mama's house.
Right.
Yeah.
So she's really dictating the rules, no matter who else is named partner.
Right,
She doesn't care.
Steve made a really funny joke that Jessica doesn't really do much but that. Like, she hasn't had a case. And I'm not going to lie, this episode, I was like, but Jessica, like, where are you coming from? She'd be, like, storming around. I'm like, for what, though?
But, like, literally
with
that...
great hair.
Literally
And outfits. Great outfits.
Literally that scene where Mike came into her office, and it seemed to be her sub desk. Like, it wasn't the big, massive desk you normally see. But it was still in her office, so I was like, oh, this is her sub desk. This is her sun desk. I don't know what it was. But
I love that.
And I was like, but what was she working on, though? Was she working on zingers to tell Harvey?
Who knows? The thing is, okay, so I want to talk, let's just talk Jessica overall with the whole episode. I thought it was really interesting that she has to go along with things a lot to save face. I kind of forgot that. And it makes me a little annoyed because I feel bad that she has to do it so much because she's really good at it. But then you think, like, Harvey shouldn't be betraying her like that. Mike shouldn't be betraying her like that. She shouldn't have to save face that much. So I didn't understand her intensity, but I also was like, wow, not that they don't respect her, but I don't know. Do you guys kind of...
Well, I think the whole Mike thing is a bunch of BS. I understand that he became a lawyer to help other people. And I think, yes, the intention there is great. And yes, maybe that's a worthy case to take on for the firm. I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know I think helping people is obviously very important, but as far as financials, I don't know. Moving on. I think that it was really messed up that he took it on without asking Jessica, Harvey, anyone. You're not in a position to take on a case without talking to your
are not in a position.
Yeah.
Like,
it puts him at risk for
seriously.
sure.
Because you are an associate. Like,
But this isn't the first time that Mike has wanted to do something like this before and like power through and have a case that touches close to home. And I almost see why he didn't want to ask anyone and kind of like took a risk again,
Ask for
as
forgiveness
he always does.
Right. Okay.
And him tying with Zane, it makes sense. He's about to get married to his daughter. I mean, no one predicted this. None of us ever predicted Mike and Zane taking on a case together.
I do love that.
I mean, we all predicted Zane's gonna find out about Mike.
Now we know how.
And also, maybe it was you, Steve, had predicted that Zane was going to end up coming into the house. Pearson Specter
But it
house.
this is a better way for him to come in. I thought it was going to be a little more tooth and nail. And go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, but again, with Mike, you're bringing him into Mama's house. Don't bring him into Mama's house. He wasn't invited. It's not cool.
Like I said while we were watching this, I think that, I don't know, I see some chemistry between Zane and Jessica. I see them maybe.
Ew.
Oh, and he was like, I love you.
Yeah. He's still married, you guys. He didn't divorce Rachel's mom.
I know, but I just see, when I say chemistry, sexual, whatever, fine. Like, yeah, there was attraction. That's why he said, I love you. Yes, that was hot. She was woman in charge.
Yeah.
But I do see maybe she, like she says to Rachel in the last episode, your father and I have differences, but I respect him. Maybe something will continue to happen with him. Maybe he's going to make a good impression. And who knows something could benefit.
Nicole,
obviously, things could go downhill.
Do not listen. I understand where you're coming from, but if he freaking cheats on Rachel's mom, No.
I know.
I'm not
I
gonna
don't think that. I don't
Okay, you
think
just mean
that.
like some work
That's an
relationship?
unnecessary.
Work chemistry.
Yeah, that, like I don't want to
Work
see
chemistry.
that.
That's like
Okay.
literally an unnecessary element to this character. Like, this character is already where he should be. He's already actualized.
Exactly. It's like, oh, you're a cheater too.
But
In
I
the
see the
chat.
work chemistry.
In the chat, Ms. Lazy Crazy Daisy.
Cute.
So cute.
I think this is the first step of Mike becoming his own independent self by not asking for permission.
Interesting.
I agree with that, but the thing is, if you didn't have such a secret, then I would be like, oh, cool, but it's not cool because at least like Harvey and Jessica know you. They really know you. So you should be able to trust them. And if you're not going to go Jessica, I get it, but don't ever go behind Harvey's back.
No.
After all you guys...
And
That's my
they
issue.
really have backed him up
Yeah.
and are trying to take care of him as best they can. And then you go and like, you're like,
I mean, it's a beautiful case, and
Careful.
it's a beautiful case. I love the way it played out this episode. I do love that him and Robert are working together, but he's, the fact that Jessica had to walk into Robert's, the office and say like, take your shoes off my thing, and this is my house, and I want to put you in check. It's like, look, you're adding some stress that I feel like this could backfire later. Right now. Amazing episode, amazing chemistry. Love the two of them working together. The banter was great. I love in the beginning when Mike thought he could do the movie thing. You're not going to do that with Robert Zane. That was hilarious. He was like, I don't know what the hell y'all do here, but that was cool. So, right now I'm excited, but I'm a little nervous as well. So, I don't know. That's just me.
Well,
It's nerve-wracking.
Well, I think what's nerve-wracking about like every good moment between Zane and Mike Ross,
something always blows up,
is that we all know what's impending.
Yeah.
By the end of probably this half of the season, Robert Zane is gonna find out. And it's gonna be a big deal, and we're all gonna be like, but what about that time that they tried to have all you can eat shrimp?
I know you guys have lunch together.
And then like,
Lord have mercy.
and then Robert Zane ate all the shrimp because he's Robert Zane.
A key point though was that today in this episode he did say, Zane to Mike, back there, I realized that you weren't a phony. You really had a story to tell. So hopefully, with that little light shed on their relationship,
come back.
Exactly like that. Hopefully it's not too. Obviously, we want it to be dramatic when he finds out about Mike, but we don't want it to completely ruin their marriage. Do you think? Like,
no,
we don't
I
want it to
don't.
ruin him as a lawyer. We want him. We all like this chemistry between Mike and Zane.
I'm not going to get into a prediction now.
Okay, tell me after. Okay, what did you think about, even though we have kind of alluded already that we did love their relationship, what did you think about the power struggle? Power struggle was an overlying theme to me of this whole episode.
But honestly, I think the overlying theme of this episode is that everyone thinks they're having a power struggle with a person, but it's actually Jessica with that person.
It's actually what?
It's actually Jessica having a power struggle with Robert Zane. It's actually Jessica having a power struggle with Jack Soloff. These are her pawns, and this is how she's orchestrating this world she's cultivated for 5 years to us.
Yeah.
In Zane's defense, Jessica said, here's the law, you're treating him like an equal. You're treating him like a partner. And then when he went into Mike and told him that, he said straight out, I told her that I'm going to do it, I'm telling you, but I'm not doing it. And then he didn't. So, you know what? He's a man of his word. So all these moments, I get that Mike was getting frustrated, but, this guy, he's been around for a while. He's
also
really
fronting
good
half
at
the
what
bill.
he does.
Yeah,
he is. He's fronting half the bill.
Yeah.
Why not just learn a little bit of something? This is also your future father-in-law. And Mike did do a few power plays that were good, that showed Zane that he was really strong and willing to stick up for himself. But there were a few bits here and there. It was just like, let it go, Mike. Yeah. Just learn a bit of something and move on.
I mean, I don't think Mike handled it terribly though, because I think when Rachel came in and was kind of egging it on, which really irritated me. Yeah. I was like, why is it? I was right. I'm like, I'm not feeling this scene. So when she said she was right, his reaction told me that he is trying to move on.
There's no I told you so sex.
Yeah, right. Baby girl, you were not getting it tonight. Yeah. So I don't know what she was trying to do, and she said it. She was like, I realized that wasn't really funny, but I appreciate his reaction because he was like, I didn't say there wasn't going to be fights. I just want your dad to respect me. I'm like, okay, Mike, I see where you're coming from. I know you just want to build this relationship, but I think you're right. Learn something. This is going to be your future father-in-law, so you never know. So, okay, we got that out of the way.
They
Let's
need to
talk
learn things from each other, though.
True.
That's
like Robert Zane could learn a little more about being a nice lawyer.
Defense.
Yeah. If you could be a lawyer that cares, that'd be great.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I love that. Okay, let's move into Louis, Donna. I don't even know how to do this
God.
because we see
same.
Louis apologize to Donna in the second
box.
scene. Yes, with the music box, and she isn't really sure if she wants to take it. And I love how she reacted. She was like, I don't really know what you're gonna do, but I'll be nice, whatever. And then we trickle into later on when she ends up returning it because Donna's psychic and knows what's gonna happen. Yeah. So what did you think? What do you think overall right now about? And Lauren, we haven't gotten to hear a lot about what you think. What do you think about Donna, Louis? Do you think it's breaking up in 2 episodes? Do you think it's gonna last? Do you think?
I think that it's going. I think it's gonna last a full season.
Okay.
I do, or at least most of a full season. Okay. And I like it. I think it's nice to see. Louis got what he's been pining for so long, and it's nice to see Donna's relationship with him professionally. Also because it shows a lot about her character that even though it's Louis, girl commits. She lied to Harvey for him. She's really on his side and trying to do what's best for him, and hopefully he can finally wise up for once and stop being so reactive and start listening to her.
That's the thing. You said you wanted her on your side.
Yeah, well,
you're not paying attention.
Everything that he's wanted, and he's still being the Louis that we've seen and it's getting a little bit repetitive, and it's getting a little annoying.
Yeah.
When will Lewis wake up? When Donna does actually go, and then realizes that, and then also, I don't know if you guys, like, no one says it's says lit on, you know, the Pearson Specter. And he said that.
Yeah, today, this episode, I really realized they didn't say lit at all.
Specifically Harvey.
Yeah, he specifically said it, though. So, I mean, I feel like Lewis, if he continues to act this way, everything that he's gained is just going to come back to bite him in the butt. Especially with that last scene, Harvey literally was like, excuse me, I've just got to go do something. And put him in his place again. And he deserves it in my eyes.
But go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
No, I just...
one of the things that I don't know if you guys talked about this last week, but it goes to this episode as well, that is very weird for Lewis to do was leaving that paper with Harvey's salary in the copy machine because Lewis knows it's illegal. Lewis knows it's against the bylaws. Lewis knows you can get fired for it. So Lewis, we all know and love, would be very aware that is against all policy and wouldn't do it. He had that whole scare before where he almost like got arrested, fired, all of that stuff.
Almost got Rachel fired.
You know, so like a prank here and there, a power play, that's one thing, but doing something that he outright knows is illegal and that would get him fired, that seems a bit out of character.
But it also seems like that's how far he'll go to prove himself to Harvey. Like it's the same thing. And in terms of I feel like Steve's gonna say the same thing. In terms of the things being repetitive, their cat and dog relationship is slightly on my nerves. Like I could really see you guys. I mean, I'm not saying they're gonna work together, but even the fact that Harvey went into Lewis's office at the end and like shut him down, that was sexy. But I've seen it already.
I know.
You know, like why does it have to be like that? Like what you okay?
You
so
have to assume he didn't shut him down there.
You think so? I feel like okay. I don't know.
There
You
has
might
to
be
be,
right.
Lewis has to have a variance beyond like, oh, Harvey said not to. Like that.
No, you're right.
That can only happen once.
Right, and that's what I mean.
Yeah.
That means that next episode you're gonna see Lewis's face again. Harvey told me to shut them. It's like, oh my God, you guys have to like stop because it's causing a lot of rift between everybody else now. That's my thing. It's a Jessica thing. It's a Donna thing.
In a real law firm,
This shit
somebody's
would be
fired.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like
A long time ago.
we cutting somebody loose. Lit. You're lit up. Like
Exactly.
You know. And
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I think the power. I really did love seeing the power struggles within this episode. It was crazy. Like. But I think there specifically, I could put it to rest for just a bit.
We need a little break, I think.
Just to see if they could actually work it
I
out
think
ever.
the
I don't
therapist
know.
is going to help with that now that he's going
because
back
he'll be
to
too
the
busy
therapist.
sleeping with her?
Hopefully, yeah.
No,
Maybe
no.
he needs some sexual distraction.
Stop that.
Guys, I'm not going to get too far into my prediction, but that therapist is going to help him before she sleeps with him.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Yeah, I was just trying to say.
guys are
Aren't
crazy.
they one and the same?
Right. Oh, no.
Not when you have panic attacks.
I'm just
Yeah,
kidding.
you're right. Oh my
I'm
gosh.
just kidding.
Right.
I do think
I'm just glad that Mike
she'll
was
help
there, if we're going to get on the panic attacks, to witness that panic attack, because if he was alone, I mean, I don't even know what would have. Maybe he wouldn't have even been able to hold his own. But Mike was there, and Mike's kind of a part of Harvey.
Beautiful.
Mike is like kind of what Donna is to Harvey.
Yeah.
You know, it's that same attachment.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
And wasn't it nice to see them together again too? I feel like we've missed a bit of that with these first 3
Yes,
episodes.
absolutely.
We haven't seen the Harvey Mike dynamic, which is, we all love it. It's the show.
Agreed. I think I want to jump, if we can, I want to jump into a little bit when Mike and Robert Zane were walking out the office, and Mike wanted to get some help from Harvey wanted to get some help from Mike, and he had to go do his thing. And I wrote down, oh my gosh, Harvey is so alone. Mike left with Robert Zane.
Yeah.
And I thought that scene was very interesting to see that he really does have abandonment issues. I didn't want to call it that because I thought Jessica was being harsh, but obviously we see that he trusts, loyalty's, 5 seasons in, very serious, nothing that's surprising. So I think it's interesting that Mike had to choose in that situation.
I'm glad he chose to stick with Zane. I agree. Because Harvey needs to recognize that things are changing within the firm, and he's so reliant on. He was so used to the pace, I guess, where everything was going. Just having Donna when he needed Donna, having Mike when he needed Mike. There was nothing else, and now that things are changing, it's not okay. It doesn't sit well with him. Even when he went to Jessica, it was like, you didn't ask me, you didn't bring me involved with this Zane thing, and she's like,
because you're too busy worrying about something else.
Yeah. And he's just been worrying about everything. So it seems, because everything's not what it was. So
that's a really interesting point.
So
It's
now,
changing.
is his salary totally gone down already, or has that not been put into action
I don't
yet?
feel like that's going to happen, to be honest.
But it's been passed that it's going to.
But it hasn't happened yet.
But I think he's
Harvey Specter, and it's never going to happen.
Well, he's Harvey, and he figured, and
he
to
does
him,
deserve more.
But also,
he also can't control everything and have what he wants all the time.
No,
and
but
I
he
think
deserves more. Like, I can't handle if Harvey gets paid less. Why?
Oh,
He does the most work.
He deserves the salary that was written on that paper.
Right.
He did not deserve to have everybody know about it, but he also does deserve this reality that he's facing, that like he can't have it the way that he wants all the time. He
Okay,
just
I can
can't.
agree. I can agree with that for sure.
I can definitely agree with that.
Yeah.
I also think.
Or maybe he's starting to realize that he doesn't have all the control that he thought he had because other people were helping him gain that.
Namely Donna. I think a
Mainly
lot of the
Donna.
Harvey machine was Donna. Harvey is amazing. He's an incredible lawyer and he
Yes.
knows his stuff inside and out. But Donna was the orchestrator.
And
She's
so was
the one
Mike,
who
though. Mike
weaves
is
everything
huge.
together.
But here's what him and a psychiatrist are going to need to work through. He's still Harvey. He's still Harvey Specter, and there's still a lot of self-worth there.
sex, baby. Let's talk about
You and me.
Let's talk
talk
about
about-
all the good things
What?
and the bad things.
But-
I'm not sure if I'm happy about this.
No, let's talk about reasonable
Can it be-
psychology. No, he has a lot of self-worth that he needs to understand again, that
Yeah.
he's still Harvey without Donna, and Harvey without Donna is just as good. And he
I like
feels
that.
and he outwardly projects that, but deep down inside, that's how he feels. Deep down inside, I think where this is coming from is he feels like, without Donna, who am I? I
Do you
can
think
only
that-
I can only
crisis.
get Charles Barkley, which, by the way, there were a bunch of European viewers on Twitter that were like, "Is that the guy who wrote that song?" 'Cause outside of America,
funny.
nobody knows.
Wasn't
That is
Charles Barkley's
so
like last
funny.
time on screen like Space Jam?
I'm sure. I mean,
I
if
loved
you
his
count,
opening line, like eating with him, and he was just like, I forget what he said, but I was just like, what a great actor he is.
Right. You said, I was like sarcasm to it too.
It was just hysterical.
I honestly, now that we're talking about Charles Barkley, can we go into a little bit of the Jack Soloff and
Yes.
issue? You know, Lauren, you didn't get to meet Jack last week.
didn't.
Who,
Neither did
I
I.
can't remember his name right now.
just wow.
Oh no,
I'm just gonna.
I'm
let you-
totally blanking.
I'm gonna let
Okay.
you do
Well,
this.
then
Sorry.
and he's
He
a
has a
very
really
good
cool last
actor
name. No, he's
because
awesome.
all you can do is think of him as Jack.
Yes, I literally can't remember his name, but he was super awesome. He was in the studio with us, which was very cool, and we were kind of filling you in during the commercial. What do you think about him, or while we were watching, what do you think about him playing that role in this, going toe to toe with Harvey? You
hate
think
it.
he's okay? Continue, elaborate.
I hate it. I mean, you bring him in, and what is he like? Letting some of the pressure off of Lewis.
Yeah.
It's just kind of another, and it's more of that like he's just poking at Harvey, and I'm
Yeah.
like, just stop poking Harvey. It's irritating me now. So, and I don't know. Maybe the stakes aren't high enough because I don't believe the world in which he beats Harvey. So he just seems like a little bug that Harvey is going to squash on his way.
Right,
But
but it's
this
taken a while to squash him, though.
But the
It's been
real
a couple
world, the world
episodes.
most of us live in, the world the people with suits live in, you don't have to beat everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Lewis is a Harvey problem because that's how Harvey sees the world.
Interesting.
Lewis can become content with being named partner at one of the biggest law firms in the city and handling awesome cases and helping people.
His name is John, by the way.
Yeah,
There we go, John.
I meant to
What, John
bail you
what,
out.
though?
John Piper.
John
Ferguson.
Piper, there we go.
I meant to bail you out, and then we got
did
into this
not.
discussion.
But you
What
just
the
decided
heck?
not
You did
to.
not.
I was on it.
John Piper, you are incredible. Okay, continue.
Yeah, no, I think it's only a matter of time before he gets squashed by the Harvey machine.
Can't wait. Love
No,
that. Love
no,
that.
the Harvey machine is running weird right now.
Yeah,
It
it's
is,
off.
and
No, but
'cause
I
he
think
needs
it's
to get a
back
clear
on
head.
track. I think that train is back in the station.
I thought
It's
that 2
ready to
episodes
ride.
ago.
Not yet.
No.
Only when he
Sleeps with a psychiatrist.
He came through. She said once he saw Donna in his therapist, you're starting to come to terms. You've completed step
Hold on.
one.
How great was that?
Beautiful scene.
But, that
Gorgeous.
scene.
Beautiful
But
scene.
here's what I like about Harvey having panic attacks and seeing a
I love this side of
psychiatrist.
him.
I was about to say
a sex. Oh my
I know.
god. I'm not feeling
But
this.
here's the thing: Harvey, for all intents and purposes, up until now, has been Superman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been.
He
totally
can
Superman.
he's Mr. Fix-It. He can he eventually overcomes.
Yeah.
So to finally see him weak and vulnerable.
Yeah, I like it.
The most necessary way to, which is why I don't want him to bang the psychiatrist
Just
next
yet.
week. Like
Yeah,
that
no,
psychiatrist
Like a
needs-
couple
give it a bit of
episodes.
time.
Oh yeah.
She's not
season.
fully ready either. I don't get that.
No.
No,
Oh my gosh.
I think she
She's
can hold her up. She
professional,
can
yes.
hold her
Yeah,
up.
I agree. I agree. I think it's interesting that Jack is such not a threat necessarily, but he's actually not that he's equivalent to Harvey, but there is some part of it that's really getting to me because
You know what?
he's backing up with Jessica. There's,
You know what part of it that also I think bothered me about this character is that where did he come from?
Where the hell did he come from? Agreed.
Why do I care? Because
Agreed.
where did you come from?
Well,
I don't know.
The fact that he's teaming up with Lewis makes him a very, I don't know what the word is. It's a good tactic.
Yeah.
It's a good tactic to
I
use.
do have to use this moment to mention John Piper Ferguson just tweeted at me. You can tell Stacy I don't remember her name either.
yes.
That's what happens.
Sean, I'm so. Oh my gosh.
Made him
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna
great.
tweet you right now. Wait, see, can you tweet him for me? You're watching. Oh my
is
god,
fantastic.
I am so sorry. I'm
Yes.
really tired.
Ooh, I
if
like
that
the way
helps.
you spell Piper, John Piper
Yes,
Ferguson.
and I
With
knew
a
his.
Y.
I knew Ferguson, but I was like, I can't say it without the rest. That's rude. I am so sorry. Please excuse me.
Good,
Okay.
Good luck with that one.
Yeah.
He is so awesome. I'm gonna put my because I already can see me tweeting him right now. Okay. I don't know what I was gonna say, Jack.
You got her
Just
all
kidding.
flustered.
No, you got me. Okay, I'm so sorry. Let's move
That
on.
was necessary information.
It was
for the
extremely
panel.
necessary.
called
You're,
out
yeah, no,
here
I
on
love that.
AfterBuzz
I love that
TV.
people are watching it though. That makes me really happy, even though I can barely remember your name. Okay, I think it's really cool though that he is going toe to toe. I think he's a good person to do it because the fact like his scene with Jessica had me realize he actually is better than I thought because I'm thinking he's gonna come in, Jessica's gonna shut him down, but she felt threatened. That's why she had to do her covering up thing again and then go to Harvey and say, listen, this guy is actually going to be somebody in this firm and you're gonna need to like figure that out. And you're right, where did he come from? But I love how the first or second episode, they dropped his name in there. And then like
First
he came.
episode.
I thought that was
Yeah.
just, I mean, Suits is so smart in the way it's written because that's happened with a lot of different clients or a lot of different characters that we've had to come to love or hate or whatever. They'll drop in and then all of a sudden we care about them. I'm like, why?
Yeah.
So I am feeling the fact that Jack's here. I'm just not sure how much longer I want this to go on because Jack is threatening the relationship between Lewis and Harvey.
Here's
And
a
I can't
question-
handle that.
Here's a question I have. And I meant to bring up last week, but he seemed pretty tight. John seemed pretty tight-lipped about it.
Okay.
Does Jack actually want all the senior partners to get the same amount of money, like to split the whole pot?
Heck no, he just doesn't want Harvey to be richer than them.
Does he have a Harvey issue too? I think this is his way to take over the firm.
Or to get off that floor
It seemed
and
like
rise
he
above
had
it.
a
Random to
Harvey
take over the
issue.
firm. Like, why?
I know. Can people stop trying
Stop
to take
trying
over
to
the
take over.
firm
Why do you want to take over
already?
the firm?
I'm hoping
Like,
he doesn't have a Harvey issue as well. I'm hoping he has his own. I must
It
take
seemed
over.
like it was
No,
It
already
has to
like
be a
he's
Harvey
got a
issue.
Harvey issue,
Yeah.
too.
If it's not, then like, what the heck do you want?
There has to be more than one person having a Harvey issue.
Yeah, and that is cool. Like, I don't mind that it's another person. It's just, yeah, if it's about taking over the firm, my hands are thrown
You
up.
know what I thought? So Suits, I think, does a very good job season to season, really trying to make things different.
Sure.
Not doing like the typical procedural, like,
Yeah.
hey, it's a new case, let's start again. You know, some of the relationships, yes, we've talked about, get a bit repetitive, namely like Lewis and Harvey.
Yeah.
But they really do change things up, and I love that. And this season, I feel like, which I'm very appreciative of, with the whole Donna Harvey situation, it's kind of become a season about Donna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More Donna.
Yes, I agree.
Right?
I agree.
Or Donna's
agree.
like the woman, you know, like if you took it back to the time, she's the woman causing the town distress.
Yeah,
and-
Oh, I
exactly.
love
You know what I
that.
mean?
That's
Yeah.
so funny.
She's the heartthrob. She's the
I
heart. She's
love
the pulse
that.
of this season.
I actually think that's a
You
really
can quote
good way
me
to
on
look
that.
at it.
Pulse of the season.
Pulse of the season. Use that on Twitter. Okay. I love that
Hashtag.
because I completely agree, and I think it's so interesting how much Donna is involved in the like. Even when Lewis went back to, Mike went to Donna and said, "Hey, like, what's Harvey up to?" And she's
Yeah,
like,
she's like,
"Uh-uh,
no.
I'm done. Like, can somebody
is
figure out
not
where I
my
work?
job
Yeah,
description anymore."
my office is over here on the left,
Yeah.
and and I just think it's wow how much it still comes back to Donna, how much the panic attacks still and are integrated with her her and their relationship. And now Mike's being affected. Rachel eventually will be affected by it because she'll be like, oh, I can't talk to you about this either. Oh, crap. You know, like, it's really interesting. And I love it because Donna looks fly in every episode. Her and Jessica.
That hair is on point. Her and Jessica. I don't know who's doing their hair. It must be the same person.
Must be the stylist.
I said that to her in the beginning. Like,
we were
these girls just
freaking
make me
out.
want to get my hair blown out.
Yes.
The color is so vibrant.
Don't you
and
agree?
the curls.
Guys, I just got my hair blown out.
Stop.
And no one's noticed.
Steve is making fun of us again.
No one's noticed. I'm making fun of the
No, he probably did just get it blown out.
Don't take it personally.
I love that.
Steve.
What did you think about the way Harvey jabbed at Jack in terms of Charles Barkley and that whole? What did you think about Charles?
I think
in
he
that
did
episode?
what he needed to do. Like, especially, well, I loved rewinding to like the beginning when he first did it. I love when he goes in to steal his client and he just goes Pearson Specter. No lit.
Yeah, right.
Just
exactly.
Pearson Specter.
Yep.
End of sentence.
Yes.
And you know, I think he would.
That
I
was
think
intentional
that
for
was
sure.
all
Just
coming
don't-
from a place of like desperation and stress.
still
and, like,
don't think
what
that
can I
lit-
do?
There's no lit.
No.
Doesn't exist.
Even when you
to me.
see it on the board, it just looks really weird.
It's
I
just
mean-
not
like those like
cool.
What's on the
lines.
list?
He
But
doesn't
I
even
think-
deserve it
But you should
anymore.
respect. I at least respect that it's there.
I
Regardless how
do.
you get
After-
that, like,
I just don't agree with it anymore. I'm getting so annoyed with him.
I have to respect that it's there because of all he went through to get it there. My gosh. Like, I mean, not that he was the best because there was some firing and rehiring and some lying and cheating, but
Right.
whatever. I mean, okay, you're right. So maybe that doesn't sound the best. But in general,
When you say
actually,
it out loud.
while we're still kind of on the subject of Jack, Michael Blade in the chat just said, I think Jack's trying to take over the firm, and I think Hartman is behind it. What?
if that comes back, if
I
Hartman
cannot
ever
deal
comes
with
back,
more
I
Hartman.
can see that.
I can't do it.
I can.
What if that's like his dad or something? I don't know. That's too much. Like
That would
his
be
son or
that's
something.
unnecessary. It could just be.
I feel like
his
it's more
friend,
like brother.
I'm just saying. Yeah, his dad. That wouldn't make sense. They're like the same. Okay. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say that there could definitely be a relation there. And,
Yeah.
and a reason
I
for the two of them
don't
to.
want him back. He causes me too much stress. I can't
know.
eat that
Imagine
much
the
in
stress
one
that
episode.
Harvey's gonna.
I love that actor too much to not have him back.
Gail Bedecker.
He is a great
Oh, he's
actor.
so
He
good.
was a great addition, but he was a very stressful addition. Like it was just a lot of war that season. I remember, you know, and there was no cases. Well, there was, but it was all integrated in the war.
Right.
And that was a lot. So I love, like, especially an episode like this where there's a little bit of war, a little bit of power, and there's a case.
So are we
was
agreeing
great.
that there's something more to Jack than just like getting Lewis on board
Yes.
and
Yes.
Harvey's
Yes.
salary?
Oh no.
I don't know.
I don't see
No,
Jack.
you're not sure.
I'm not
I don't
sure.
see Jack as this big fighter for good. Of like everyone in this room should make the same piece of the pie. Like I don't
Yeah, there's something more to
only
to him.
because that guy doesn't get positioned as this guy is right now. Where it's like no, you're the head of that group. You're positioned right now against Jessica Pearson.
It's crazy.
That's what you wanted.
And she said she's there and she's ready to go.
Yeah.
Of course she is. What else is she
Team
doing?
Jessica.
I'm all like, Jessica was, wow, I have to do better in my life, basically.
Yeah, so she was great this episode.
Yeah.
I mean, every man that she talks to, you know, because she's Jessica, they have nothing to say back. Even when Jack had nothing to say, he still left that conversation with us feeling like he's not giving up. He was in there for a fight.
Yes,
with her.
yes.
I thought
that's
the-
the only guy I've seen kind of give her a smirk after a smart comment.
The Jessica and Rachel relationship this episode was very sweet.
Beautiful.
With her giving her the speech to look at, make sure that it was appropriate and all that, and Rachel rewrote it and the whole thing. But
Yes.
at the end, that reveal where she said, you know, you remind me
Your
of
development.
me. And I thought that was really sweet.
Did you think it was random? at
A
all?
bit. I did think it was a bit random, but I didn't mind.
Does
Yeah.
it have something to do with her dad being around?
That's what you were saying while we
Yeah,
were
that's
watching.
why I think that.
You think she's buttering her up?
Yes,
But I don't know
think
what
it's a
for.
couple of
Why?
It's
What
genuine.
for?
I think it plays into Harvey's idea that she wants to pawn Mike off to Zane because she sees Mike as A, a soft target, and B, a huge problem.
Do you think
Jessica
Jessica
doesn't-
would do that, though,
So
at this
her-
point?
But Harvey does. I don't know if Jessica would do that, but Harvey deep down thinks that.
I don't
we saw
think-
through the panic attack, he thought. He
I don't
was
think
losing Mike,
Jessica.
too.
I don't think Jessica is a schemer as much as Harvey's giving her credit for. I think
Right.
she's. I can play these two angles and see how far they go. Mm-hmm. And also, I think there is that level of she sees a lot, and she has always kind of respected
Right.
respected Rachel. That it's and she's paying a lot of money.
Right. To make sure she is a little bit like Jessica. I think, honestly, I agree with Lauren. I think it was genuine because I've seen a couple splats of it before.
Yeah.
You know, we've seen, she has said something like, you remind me of you. We've had the father talks before that their fathers are similar. You know, she gave her marriage advice, for goodness sake. So I don't think it was a little random in terms of like the fact that there was a running thing all episode.
Yeah.
But I did appreciate it because I do want to finally see that work. You know, I love Rachel. To me, I don't know, not that she doesn't fit, but some episodes she doesn't fit for me in terms of what's going on.
Yeah.
So it was cool to have her have a relationship with Jessica and be like, you know, the smarter one and have Jessica respect her. And I love the line when she said that, I don't give a crap about your opinion. I just want to make sure you're a bond lawyer if you're going to be, you know, at my firm. And I thought that was really cool. And it's interesting that you said it's about the father, but
Some
it is,
fans
I'll be
are
pissed.
writing new stepmom.
Gross. No, that's
And then,
weird.
No, but that is not that literal.
mean to
that's-
Mrs. Zane.
Yeah, no, we can't just disregard her like she's not like irrelevant at all.
No, but
Yeah,
Michael Blaine
yesterday.
said Jessica will get rid of Mike any way she can, and then another fan followed up with, I think Jessica's using her to get to the dad.
I will be so sad if these are true. These are
One
really
of-
sad.
odds are one of them has to be true.
It's
It's not a random relationship. I think it might be both. I think it's partly because she invested so much money in Rachel.
but Rachel
she-
barely likes her dad. So
No,
it's
no,
like
but it's also whether or not she likes her dad. It's still that blood,
That
and he
relationship?
still loves, and her dad still loves her.
interesting.
And then it's upon this, like I said, this
I
whole
see what
episode
you're
and this
saying.
whole
I just got a
season-
realization of what I think.
Conspiracy.
I feel like I realize what you're
This
saying.
whole season is Jessica against
Everybody.
everybody.
I see what you're saying,
Yeah.
because what if he
Pearson.
does find everybody just drops. What if he does find out about Mike? Comes to Jessica with some crazy jab, and she throws Rachel in there, which it seems like as soon as you throw Rachel in something, it's like a whole nother situation.
Against her husband?
I can see
Fiancé.
that
They'll
though.
totally put her up against her husband.
Oh yeah, they don't care. They throw her like
Easy
meat around,
drama.
unfortunately.
Right, but maybe they'll be married by that time.
Who's expecting this marriage to actually happen?
Me.
I'm
I
expecting
think
it,
we
but
have
not
to see
till probably
one
like
marriage.
the end
Yeah,
of
the series, you think, or the
series.
Series.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's
Yeah.
how I feel.
I can get. Wow.
I
Yeah.
mentioned my ideal ending of the series last week. Where I
Yeah,
was
it's funny. You should repeat it.
Um,
It's good. No,
I know,
I
but, like,
genuinely.
I actually
Lauren
do
wasn't
wanna
here.
hear it.
Yeah, it was good.
that Lewis gets over his Harvey stuff, dates Donna.
No, I don't want to hear anymore. This is ridiculous.
No, they're
you
not-
and
they're
you,
not
what is
ever-
with your weird like
I know Donna and
just-
Lewis crap is awkward.
Donna loves Harvey. Harvey loves Donna.
Move
You
on,
guys-
Steve.
Doesn't everyone understand that?
Wait,
They're
now that we're
gonna-
speaking about them, can we talk about the Donna and Harvey argument when she said, "What makes you think I would ever come back to you?" What did y'all think?
I do think that line would
My
have a
heart
lot
broke
more
a
weight
lot.
to me if it wasn't in the commercial last week. That's a little
That's
thing.
true.
That line still had a lot of weight. And it
Yeah.
was still. But I kind of wish I hadn't known that was going to be said and
Yes.
felt and seen.
Because you would have had a really crazy.
I would have been like, oh.
Yeah.
Were we surprised that Donna didn't tell Harvey when he went to her door the truth?
About
About
Lewis?
Lewis.
No,
no,
because
no,
she's a loyal.
she's good at her job and she's loyal.
Yeah.
As far as her telling off Harvey, as it was happening, I was like, "Yeah, you go, girl." And then she was in the middle of talking, and I was like, "Wait, why are we this mad at him?"
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because I get it. He kind of shunned the "I love you" stuff and didn't deal with it, and he very coldly cut her off when she
Yeah.
said, "I'm going to Lewis." And the relationship hasn't been great, but she made the choice to go there, and he's just kind of been trying to get over it. Yes, he's done a few things to maybe try to get her back, but I didn't
No,
think it was
not
anything.
fully.
I understand why she was mad a little bit because, I mean, first of all, Lewis spills like every secret, which is so irritating. Like, he can't keep anything to himself. Why did you have to tell Donna that in the first place? I don't know. But the fact that now she knows that basically Harvey's treating her like a prize, I have a little bit of a problem with that because she said it like, you need to stop telling people that you're coming to get me. You're not coming to get me. I already chose where I want to work. You know how loyal I am because I worked for you. So if I say I'm going to work for Lewis,
Yeah, I'm going.
believe me, I'm working. You know, and I think that's what she was trying to prove. So I understood why she said I'm not a prize, but you know, it does get sad when it gets to the point that she's like, I'm never coming back for you. I hope you know you're like nothing to me now. I was like, whoa, panic. You know, I felt
that's
it.
not true.
I felt
I
it.
So
thought we-
not true.
But
I
we see her in
know,
a
but
vulnerable
yeah.
moment again, like when he was leaving and she was like, "Where are you going? Don't go." And that was like a couple episodes ago, or the last episode of the last season, right?
When who said that?
When Donna said to Harvey, "Where are you going?"
Oh,
You
yeah,
have to go? And he's
yeah.
like, I gotta go. That makes my heart melt a little bit.
I do think if we are going to end this series with a Harvey and Donna love connection, we gotta, which I think we've started to a bit with this whole season, we gotta start building up that chemistry.
Yeah, because right now it's hate.
Yeah.
Or
It's
it's like
hate,
it's
but,
like weirdness.
Even the two of them, like they're a team, and you know that there was something before, but you never really get the thought, or I don't, of like, you guys are meant for each other. I
Nicole
want to feel
does.
like you're meant for each other.
Yeah.
Not
They're
just in
such
theory,
they're
but in
both
like
bosses.
in real
you know,
life,
like that
yeah.
deep feeling. You know,
They need to make it on the bathroom. Everything happens in the bathroom.
everything.
Yeah, I think they should do that.
I
That's
just
what I'm
can't-
expecting
I
that
just
next
wanna
episode.
see it. I want to see them make out.
Oh my God,
Weirdo.
Nicole.
I
Things
love
are
it.
getting really strange up in here.
Well, if the psychiatrist has anything to do with it, which I would like to talk about that role play. Beautiful scene. That role play scene, like we already said, was wonderful.
Yes.
But I don't like how I could definitely see them possibly definitely getting together.
They're definitely getting
that's
together.
absolutely-
not feeling
What
it
did
at
you
all.
think of him banging on her door in the
Rude.
middle of so
That's
rude?
it's a Harvey Specter move.
And
I'm
I
Harvey
love
Specter.
like that
Likes to
charming
bang on
like
women's
puppy
doors
dog
at
face.
late
He
at
likes to
night.
bang on some other things too.
Awkward.
No,
awkward.
but I know this is so uncomfortable.
But I think what we may find out
okay.
through the psychiatry of it all, and what Harvey's going to have to work through, is that he expects a lot from a lot of people because Donna was his number one enabler, and that's
But was
not
she
something
what
that
was
she's
she,
going to be.
was she enabling him in a bad way? I thought it was a positive
That sometimes
way.
when you're
happens
enabling
to me. I think
somebody,
it
you
was
don't
mixed.
know that you're enabling them in a bad way. It's not to say we can blame her and say she was
Yeah.
doing it and that she was purposely
Right.
being. That's just what enabling is. It's just
Yeah.
She
like
also
somebody,
made a lot of the impossible possible because that was her job.
Yeah,
And
but
she's
we
good
did
at
see
it.
Gretchen rise to
She
the
did.
occasion
She
and
did.
pull
High
Donna
five for
today.
Gretchen, everybody,
She pulled
please.
Donna. She
Yes.
totally did.
I
She was on top of
guarantee you-
it. She's listening.
I guarantee you, by the end of this season, Gretchen's going to speak up on more things.
Okay, in
I'm
what
just
way?
like-
Like in a bad way, good way?
In a Gretchen way, I think we've already graduated to a Gretchen way.
Yeah, I agree.
That I
agree.
think Gretchen's gonna say, "I'll do it because you asked," but that's me enabling and being the thing that you expect of Donna and you're expecting of the world, and what's ultimately hurting you.
I hope she says that.
I need her to say that.
I love that. I also love how they ended the episode in terms of the panic attacks, and she told her story a little bit. And she them anymore, and I was like, and Harvey's sweet in terms. I know he, meant to be kind, but I would love if he just like listened, like stood there and just like
pause for a
listened.
And
minute.
Stefan Gordon in the chat
Give her
did
a
mention all the important like words happen in the bathroom, but the hookups happen in the file room.
Oh, good one.
That's an
That's
important-
hilarious.
It's an important point.
Differentiate. I like
And then
that.
True.
Miss Lazy Crazy Daisy says Harvey is a lawyer and thinks like a lawyer, and he has never experienced love exactly until Donna, so he doesn't know how to approach that.
What about
Yeah,
she-
You
not
thought that was
Stevie.
true love?
No, I was close.
Scotty.
Love you. Was it? I mean,
Name. It's not. A
yeah,
name day.
it's not a name day. You guys, I've been up since 6. Please apologize. I apologize. Okay. Anyway, I feel bad because last episode somebody kind of ripped me apart for saying Scotty was real love. So I guess I'm not going to say that again. Yeah, somebody was really
That's how
mad
you
about
thought
it.
about that.
I don't think it's
I
that
wouldn't
crazy
yell
for
at
me
you,
to think
but I
that.
don't know if I agree.
I mean, I wouldn't say okay, not true love, but it ripped him apart
It
for
was
a couple
love. It
episodes.
was it was a bit. It was a type
close.
of love.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a type of love,
I like
lawyer
that.
love. That's terrible.
There you go.
Man, Harvey, get it together.
Professional love.
Anything else you guys want to talk about before we jump into predictions?
So Gretchen and Lewis are totally going to start dating at the end of this season.
Gross.
I'm just kidding. I'm just trying to shatter. I'm just trying to shatter
Your
Steve's weird
AfterBuzz
thing
TV
of
predictions.
Oh, so we
Donna and Lewis. I don't get it.
Okay, what do you guys think for predictions?
Who wants? I think I'll lay some what it looks like it's about to happen.
Oh, go ahead.
I don't know what I think.
Harvey's gonna bang Lewis's sister.
No, I don't think he's
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
do
No,
it.
he's not
Lewis's
gonna do
sister,
that.
who by the way is played by Amy Acker,
Hey,
who is
Amy.
on Alias, Person of Interest, all those things.
All
She's
those type of
cute.
shows.
People
Very
were
cute.
really excited about her. I Have
Very
not seen
cute.
those shows. I'm sure she's wonderful.
She was on Angel.
She was on Angel.
Yes.
Angel back in the day?
Yeah.
Oh
David
my
Boreanaz.
God. You're
Bring it
kidding?
back.
No, I had to dance like that.
Short term, I think Harvey's going to choose to not bang Lewis's sister.
Yeah.
I also think next week is going to be a really light episode after this week.
Yeah, this was a good one.
I have
think
to
we're
say
gonna-
it one more time. This was an amazing episode.
I
Like,
think the Mike and Zane case is going to move real slow.
Yeah.
That's going to be the B side, and then the A side is going to be the whole sister will they, won't they?
Yeah.
Then it'll be a great, like, pretty much bottle episode.
The
Something light.
coming attractions didn't seem to match up with this episode.
Well, that's
and
because
it probably won't.
because
No.
next
No.
week is going to be a
it was like
different episode.
they're looking a little too friendly for the way this
yes,
ended.
yes.
Lewis.
He's going
I
to
just
get
want
there and
Lewis
choose not to.
I just want Lewis and Harvey to be fine because I'm kind of over them at the moment.
Yeah.
I'd like to see something a little bit more, maybe with Jessica and Rachel and
Yeah,
even
I
Zane and
like
Mike.
that.
You know, I'm kind of like getting bored of the Lewis
Yeah.
Harvey
Yes.
thing, and I want a little more spark in the love interests.
You know
Okay.
what? There was this bit that, and forgive me, I'm going back to the show really quick. That in the beginning, when when Gretchen played that prank on Lewis, and Harvey said, "I don't play pranks. I only play
Yes.
pranks on people I have affection for."
That was
which I thought was a
so,
great line.
Like,
and just,
but here's
you were
my
talking about Lewis and Harvey.
grandiose, and I'm trying to piece it together right now. Jessica's at war with everybody,
Yeah.
including Harvey, including Lewis. Just not currently. Like, that war isn't active, or as active as the war with her and Jack, the war with her and Zane. I think Zane is a good enough lawyer that he's going to get the upper hand in that war through Mike's secret. And because he's already accepted Mike as a person, he's not going to hold up that marriage. I predict something else is going to hold up that marriage. I think he's going to find out similar to how Lewis did last season.
Right.
And I think if he finds out,
and
he's not
that's-
going to say anything.
No, I think when I could buy that too, that he'll find out and then
Like, he'll,
hold
like,
on to
harbor it? Yeah.
I could buy that, but I
Yeah.
could also see it coming
He's
to a
gonna use
head.
it as a chip.
Exactly.
I could also see it coming to a head, including his $20 billion hedge fund, and say,
That was a lot of money.
Pearson Specter lit Zane.
No, he has his own firm. What the
I didn't
fuck?
know. I don't think he needs that
Merge.
firm.
No.
It's a merger.
No.
Those two. You'll notice his book was bigger of attorneys on
but
staff. That book being one, they'd be the biggest law firm in New York.
Way too much.
That's my
But
prediction.
Rachel
my
doesn't
only
want to work
prediction.
for her dad, and
And
I
then
don't
what
think
would she
Then
do?
she'll quit.
and not be a lawyer.
And what?
Quit.
You're doing
Zane
too
is-
much, Steve.
No.
I don't like
See,
when
my
you do
my
that.
prediction
This is
was
insane.
that Rachel might screw up being a lawyer.
We need more popcorn for
Oh my god,
Stacey.
no.
My prediction was like the last episode I was on, so not the last, but the one before, that Rachel might screw up her her chances of being a great lawyer or whatever. But maybe that could tie into your prediction in terms of, well, Dad, if you're gonna do this, then I'm gonna give up everything I've been working for because I love this firm and I love Mike.
You're
and
like, okay,
da-da-da."
sweetie.
I think,
Well, obviously, but I'm just saying. I think Rachel, being that she works there, could not make that prediction happen. But
interesting.
I thought it was a good prediction.
I think just for next episode, since we're not really sure what the episode's really about,
Yeah.
I just predict that there possibly would be some Donna and Lois Litt's sister issues. You know what I mean? Like, she might try to trickle in and be like, "This is my brother. Well, this is my new whatever." I would love some drama between that because I like Donna's drama with like people who we don't already love.
Yeah.
I like when she attacks people for
Yeah.
for the people we do love. So, and it doesn't matter what Lewis or Kaufmann, it doesn't matter what his character does. I probably will always still love him and have a sweet spot, even though I'm really irritated. So I would
know,
love
we
to
do
see.
love Lewis
We
as
love
much
Lewis.
as we
It's
get
just
frustrated.
I'm just
But I want to
frustrated.
see a
Love him.
change in him. I want to see a change.
Yeah, it's about time. So maybe his sister will be helpful. I don't know. Maybe we'll see Donna stand up for him. So I can see that. You know what I mean? Because the sister
Yeah.
seems dominant. So
Yeah.
Everyone's talking about Zane and Pearson. We kind of touched on that. I don't like that.
they think that's
Zane and Jessica, Robert Zane and Jessica
ill
Pearson.
dating. Michael Blade, no.
Guys, gross.
Please, no.
He's married.
He's married, you
Stop.
guys. Like, let's stop acting like she's irrelevant. She was
Why?
a nice
Maybe
woman.
some scandalous stuff needs to go
It's
on.
not the type
I'm
of show.
sorry. She went
That's
from
all right.
Jeff to Robert Zane. Enough said.
Ooh, I'm
Lady.
feeling Lauren. I
Lady
love
likes
that.
who she likes.
I love that. I love that. Okay, this is a really crazy side note. Do you think Rachel could get pregnant before they get married?
No.
Okay. I just thought I'd like to throw that out.
That'd be cool.
I will happily shoot that down right now.
Okay, I'll throw that out there. Where can everyone find you throughout the week so we can keep in touch until
You
next
guys
week?
can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Nicole Brajer.
You guys can find me on all social media at The Fancy Hippie or on thefancyhippie.com.
And you guys can find me at Twitter you can find me on Twitter at Steve Kaufmann. That's Kaufmann. I'll be missing you next week. So tweet at me all your Suits things.
I love it. You guys can check me out on Twitter and Instagram at OneTakeSays. You guys are so amazing. Thanks so much for being in the live chat and talking with us. We will see you next week.
What?
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.